Managing I/O addresses. During the boot process, device driver files and system BIOS programs are copied to RAM and assigned memory addresses. The I/O address table is where the beginning addresses of device drivers and BIOS programs are stored. Each IRQ corresponds to a memory location in the I/O address table. When the CPU receives the IRQ, it uses the value to find the memory location in the table. It then turns to the beginning address to process the request. During the execution of an application, a device that needs to interrupt the CPU for servicing is assigned an IRQ number. The CPU uses this IRQ to identify which device needs servicing. The IRQ corresponds to an address in the I/O address table that lets the CPU locate the system BIOS program or device driver. A conflict can occur if more than one device is assigned the same IRQ or I/O address during post. These conflicts can be resolved by changing dip switches or jumper settings on older devices, or by changing software settings on newer devices. Click Next to continue. The newer plug-and-play operating systems, such as Windows 95, allow the system BIOS to automatically choose the resources assigned to the card. The BIOS used to manage plug-and-play devices must be plug-and-play BIOS. Mike wants to see how to look at I/O addresses in Windows 95. Our next task is to examine the I/O addresses in a Windows 95 operating system. First, we need to turn on the computer. Like before, we don't need to log on to the network, so let's cancel out of the Enter Network Password dialog box. I/O addresses are listed in the System Properties dialog box. Let's open it. To see the entire system icon, we need to scroll down just a little in the Control Panel window. Let's double-click the system icon to begin viewing the I/O addresses for this computer. The I/O addresses are accessed through Device Manager. We can use the Properties button to open the Computer Properties dialog box. Selecting the Input-Output I/O option enables us to view the I/O addresses that are assigned to the computer's devices.